like we are at the bottom of the hour. Time to get this call underway. And as always, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the MIT call, Millionaires in Training. This is a leadership call that we do each and every Monday for our ZEJA organization. And quite a few people obviously have joined us from across Canada, the U.S., and maybe even other parts of the world. A special welcome to you. And as always, a warm welcome to any guests listening on the call tonight. This particular call is not a business overview per se, so we don't really cover the company or the products, which is, of course, the vehicle of ZEJA International. And if you have questions regarding that, by all means, the person who invited you tonight will guide you to the appropriate information. Tonight, tomorrow, Wednesday, we do a product-centered call. You can get all of your questions answered on product on Wednesday, or, of course, watch any of the videos or documentaries and product information pieces between now and then. This call is about developing the skill set, the mindset, the habits, the disciplines, the philosophies that are required to reach higher levels of prosperity. Obviously, people who get involved in a home-based business, a person-to-person marketing business, do so for the most part with the intention of being profitable, of being successful, and can really easily be done from a standpoint of additional part-time income just by sharing the ZEJA products and the ZEJA company with other people, our friends, our associates, and so forth. But there are those who have much bigger goals. And certainly, I'm 51 years old. I live here in Toronto, Canada. I've been involved in network distribution since December of 1989. I was 27 years old when I got involved in the industry. And from the very first day, very first presentation, I had a big vision. I latched on to the possibility of financial independence, of having the best things in life, of not having debt, of having the resources and the time freedom to have the best that life could give. And I got involved with that vision on that basis some 24 years ago. And there are people on this line tonight who have that vision. They're not looking for some part-time income. They're looking for a six-figure annual income that is of a residual nature. Or they're looking for multiples of that annually. And yes, there are people in ZEJA already who are making seven figures and multiple seven-figure incomes annually in this company. And so whatever your personal goals are, whatever your vision is, we have a plan for you. But this call is where we focus in on the necessary leadership qualities and character, character aspects that are required to go to the higher levels, to become one of the top business leaders in business, in any business for that matter. And so welcome to the call, and hopefully tonight we can share a couple of ideas or a couple of concepts that resonate with you. I'm standing here in my family room, doing what I like doing best, pacing up and down with the phone in my hand on speakerphone. January, freezing cold outside here, I don't know, 20 below zero. Building my business as we speak by doing a leadership call, helping to continue to develop the team that makes up my business now in 40 plus countries. And when you think about that, when you picture that, when you kind of just capture that, just step back a moment and think about that from wherever you are, whether you're in an apartment, condominium, a home, whether you've got kids running around the house, or you're in a small town, a rural area, farming community, or a big city, It's an amazing thing when you think about it that we can build a complete, as we call it in Zija, life unlimited lifestyle, so to speak, time freedom, great health, residual income, personal development. We can do all of it from the comfort of our own home. And that's exactly what I'm doing right now. And in fact, that's exactly what each and every one of us are doing right now. Some of us are on this line and we have guests on the line. We've invited other associates or other friends or people that are potential business partners to have a listen. Some of us have a large organization in Zija International. We've already built a pretty good business locally or nationally. We've been inviting others. Others have been inviting others who've invited others. And we've developed a team, and that team is ordering and reordering product on a regular basis. And that collective purchase volume of product is creating a weekly residual income for ourselves and for many of our teammates. And that's a beautiful thing. That's what this business is all about. That was the promise made to me some 24 years ago. That is the promise that has been made to you. Could be tonight. This could be your first exposure. Or you could have had a taste of network distribution, person-to-person marketing. This entire business, what we do here, is all about helping, empowering, building, moving, inspiring, and developing other people. That's what our business is all about, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be confused. Don't be confused to think that we are in the business of selling nutritional products. Don't be confused to think that we're in the business of being salespeople, selling to our friends or family. Don't be confused that we are in some small little business that we can start for $1,200 on the strength of a credit card. No. We are in a multi-million-dollar enterprise, that we work from home. We're in business for ourselves, but not by ourselves. We have no employees. We have no overhead. We have no receivables, no payables, no inventory for the most part. Yet we can build an international, global business. We can build a business anywhere around the world where Zija is doing business, just by one person telling another about our company, about our products. Invite someone to a conference call just like this. Invite someone to a webinar or to view a video on the internet, and we find ourselves with a growing business. You know, people have asked me, how is it possible that there's upwards of 200,000 people on the team? I said, well, it's not because of what I've done. It's because I've introduced a few people and I've taught them to introduce a few others using and following a very simple system. And through that process of systematic exposure from one person to another, the business has taken on a life of its own and has grown and has incorporated duplicatable activities, and those duplicatable activities have been passed on from one person to another. And that's how, coming right back full circle, how I can be standing here in the family room. My daughter's upstairs studying for a test. My wife's watching, I think, a show in her room. My older daughter is doing some other work. And that's how I can be standing here building my business right from the comfort of my own home. And that's what we're really doing here. Even a training call like this is really just another aspect of business building. Right? It's a chance to introduce others, give others an exposure of what we do and how we do it, and in the process have others say, this is the kind of business I'd love to be involved in. I would love to be involved in a business that I could work from home, do it on the strength of a credit card, have little or no risk, have no overhead, no employees, no receivables, no payables, and I can have a residual check come into the mailbox every single week for a few $100s or a few $1,000s, or in some cases tens of thousands of dollars per week, every week, whether I work or not. That is an amazing concept. Everybody would agree with that. There's a lady online tonight who is probably the best example I've ever seen in the entire industry of network distribution. And I don't say that casually. I say it because I've worked with her through this entire process along with many other leaders. And I heard Fred Holmes on the line tonight. I think I heard the Stroops on the line tonight also, who have also been involved in the building of her business. And it's been amazing. You know, we hear these stories of people that get involved in this type of a business, and in a matter of a month or two, they've gone from zero, and they have a big organization, and, you know, they become a gold or a platinum or a diamond or a double diamond. These are ranks in our business, titles in our business that donate a certain level of success, right? They represent certain levels of success, and of course there is income tied to each of those titles and each of those achievements. And there are people that have done it in a matter of months, and everybody celebrates their success and how amazing it is, and they become successful. And then there are other people that do it over the course of time. They grow, they develop, they become. You know, we just had, there's many success stories in Zija, but I just want to write one tonight, as Dee Dee Shaw from Forsyth, Georgia, is our newest diamond in the company, and she achieved that diamond with a lot of partnership from her sponsor, her upline, Fred Holmes, and others, and became a diamond on Friday. That was 3 weeks in a row. She became diamond the first week out of the gates in January. Week number one, right after New Year's. She achieved the status of diamond. Week number 2, she repeated it. Week number 3, she repeated it. And of course, week number 4, she is a diamond. And it's an amazing accomplishment, not because, you know, the title or the income, but because Dee Dee Shaw did that while bringing up a pretty large family. A large family, many of you know the story, but, you know, 14 kids. Being homeschooled, I might add, while her husband works full-time, and she takes care of all of that, and at the same time has gone out to become successful in this business. And so it, you know, tells a story for others of, you know, there can be no excuses when you see this kind of success. And Dee Dee, I just want to congratulate you. It's an amazing achievement. I know it was done not only with the help of your upline and everybody, and of course your efforts, but also the efforts of a great team that makes up your organization in Canada and the U.S. and other places. And maybe you can share some thoughts, because was this, what, a 2-year or 3-year process for you, or was it 4 years? I don't know the exact timeline for you to become basically one of 100 people in the entire company.
It was actually just a little over 4 years, David, and thank you for the opportunity to share. You're right. I couldn't have done it without an amazing team, and the upline support I've had has just been unbelievable. But I would agree with you. I'm not average story. I may not have an average life, but when you hear people say, invest part-time 3 to 5 years and you can have life-changing income, it's true. Most people won't stick with it that long because they get discouraged, but because of the support that I got from you, from Fred, from Doug and Amy, and like I said, I have just an amazing team, it's definitely worth putting forth the effort, because I've heard you say it so many times, everything that the industry promises us is true, and it is. We just have to be consistent, do things, like you say, on a daily basis, and it will pay off in the long run. We may not have that 6-month story, but if we stick with it and we don't quit, we can have what we've always dreamed of. So I just appreciate the opportunity to share, and thank you for recognizing not just me, but my team, and all the support that I've gotten.
Well, it's pretty amazing because there were moments. I mean, you're the highest rank in the entire company worldwide in 40 countries to break diamond in this last 4-week period. So a lot of people went to sleep. Some people went on holiday. Some people are just getting back from holiday. Some people are just kind of regaining their footing and momentum. And you came right out of the Christmas holidays, right out of New Year, hit diamond the first week of the New Year, and hit diamond, month one, which really is a great way to start the new year. I mean, it's amazing, really.
Well, yeah, I absolutely, but it's because I'm coachable and I listen. And when you were telling us before the holidays came around, the way to get off to a great start in the beginning of the year is to get started now. That's exactly what I've been doing and building, and I didn't sleep through the holidays. Pushed really hard to achieve the rank during the Diamond Dash. I actually hit my first week of qualification the last week of the Diamond Dash. But you know what? It's the accomplishment that means more than anything. And to be able to start out 2014 as a diamond, it's just totally changed my focus and my goals for the year. So I'm excited, and I'm looking forward to what 2014 holds for my team, and be able to help them rank advance and get to their goals.
All right, let me ask you another question. I got a couple other quick questions. One of them, honestly speaking, 4 years, that's the persistent, consistent, diligent, scenic route to diamond, right? That's not the express lanes, right? Was there any time over the 4 years where you had moments of discouragement?
Oh, absolutely. Discouragement, yes. Desire to quit, no. I tell people it's not in my DNA to quit, and it's not. Quitting was never an option, but discouragement, yes. And, I think regardless of how long it takes you to achieve a goal, there's going to be discouragement. And that's when you really have to dig in and dig deep and find the wherewithal to keep going. But it's so worth it in the end.
So when you look back, now in retrospect, you look back to those moments where it was like you thought you were making progress and then somebody quit, or someone was a disappointment on the team that didn't pan out the way you thought they would or the way they said they would, and so forth. They were kind of a shooting star. They were a wind sprinter. They didn't do the marathon. In retrospect, when you look at those moments from this perspective, what were those moments really, and how do they define where you are today?
Well, I think it's part of the growth that you go through as you become a leader. As I look back at those moments and as I reflect, I think about many times that I would even have a conversation with you or a conversation with Fred that would help me to reset the direction of my sail. You've told me that before. The wind may change, but it's the direction of our sails that makes the difference. I think it's just really important for those that are on the line that may have experienced that, or that will, because you will if you are going to be a leader, just to know that it's just a part of the journey. And the more adversity, the greater the character we build and the stronger we become as people. And our leadership is much stronger because of it as well.
That's very, very well said. Everything I can honestly say in retrospect on my own personal success, every challenge, every disappointment, every moment of discouragement, and make no mistake, there were many, right? Too many to talk about. Every single one of those were the moments where growth actually occurred. Growth doesn't actually occur when we're successful, which is kind of, strange, but we actually don't have a whole lot of growth when we achieve success. The success is a direct result of the challenges that we overcome, because each and every time we overcome and break through a disappointment, a challenge, and any of these hurdles along the way, those are the moments, as you said, Dee, that really define us and set us up to become a great leader. And on that note, you do know the real work starts now, because now, as a diamond, going on to become a double diamond, triple diamond, black diamond, is going to be very much predicated on your focus and ability on developing your teammates, helping them go to the next level, advancing them in rank and in their own leadership, in their own city, in their own town, locally, nationally, and yes, internationally. And of course, I know Fred Holmes will be behind you 100% of the way, as will I, as will Doug and Amy, and others who are part of the team. Let's ride on the momentum that you've already created. Actually, you set the bar. I love this. I think this is just great. There's a lot of great leaders in this company. Make no mistake about it, ladies and gentlemen. There are a lot of great leaders in this company. But it's a beautiful thing to be able to say that the person that set the bar coming out of the gates for January 2014 is Dee Dee Shaw. So, Dee Dee, congratulations. Hey, let's give Dee Dee a high five. Let's give her a double star 6 right now. All right. Well, Dee Dee, continued success to you, to your team, and to all that assisted you in this process, and whatever I need to do this week, next week, and the following week to help perpetuate your success. Let's make sure we get on the line and put our foot to the floor. And on that note, if you're new on the line tonight, if you're a guest tonight, or if you're a distributor that's been with us for a year, a couple of years, 2 or 3 years, maybe even a couple of months, I want you to understand this. I want you to know this. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter where you're starting from. All that matters is where you see yourself. Where you see yourself, what your vision is, what the picture is on the horizon. That's all that really matters. So long as that picture is clear, so long as that picture is on the forefront, then it is only a matter of time. It is only a matter of time before you, in fact, reach that picture, before you completely manifest that picture. That I can absolutely guarantee you. Can absolutely guarantee 100%, without a shadow of a doubt, that so long as you have a clear picture of where you see yourself, of where you want to be, and you are consistent and persistent in your pursuit of that goal, then it is only a matter of time before you manifest that into reality. I can tell you that not just as a trainer, I can tell you from personal experience. I can tell you, being a 51 student, in 1982 or 1981 when I graduated high school, the benchmarks were considerably lower than they are today. In Canada, you needed only to have a 51 average on all your subjects in grade 12 to pass. Now, that didn't get you into university, but you could sneak your way into college, right? Today, of course, I think in the U.S., I think it's 65 just to pass and get your diploma. 65 is the average, from what I understand. Now, I passed with a 51. I'm okay with that. Doesn't bother me one bit. Education is not necessarily general education. Education has a lot to do with life and many, many other things. But the general education, I didn't do so good in school, probably because I wasn't in school that much. But the fact of the matter is that that does not determine what a person can become, where a person can go. Well, I guess it might make a difference whether you're going to get a good job, but I was never really psychologically or emotionally really employable, not a great employee type person, because I'm a person that wants to make things happen, I want to get things done, I'm always on the go, and I'm never quite satisfied. And I can tell you that success and this business of network distribution does not require a particular education, a particular background. In fact, some of the most educated people are the ones that have the hardest time because they're just too complicated, and they just can't really come to grips, come to terms with the fact that this business is so simple. It's so simple, it's so basic, that it's really hard to follow a basic system. What is that system? Introduce a few people. Make a list, invite them, introduce them, plug them into a system, have them watch a video, watch another video, and get on a conference call like this. Do a three-way call, get some validation of the product of the company, and sign up and join. And then go do the same thing. Make a list, invite a couple of people, have them watch a video. It's, that concept is really difficult for some of us to get. But for those of us that get that, and then do everything systematically, they're going to grow a great business. They're going to become successful. And I encourage you, I invite you, I challenge you to be one of those people. You have what it takes. You have the ingredients. You can be and will be the next PD Shop, or maybe you'll be the next super rock star that does it in 3 months or 6 months. So what? Doesn't matter. 3 months, 6 months, or 3 years. What does it matter if you're building a $3,000 to $5,000, maybe a $10,000 or $20,000 a month residual income, an income that comes in like a toll booth every single month? You can do this. You can do it. I'm telling you that you can, because I left high school, became a locksmith glazer, fixing broken windows in the family business, and then restoring cars, right? Taking out engines, or rebuilding engines, painting cars, putting them back together, the old muscle cars. And someone invited me to a presentation in network marketing, and I went from locksmith glazer to car restoration to become a network marketer, a trainer, helping others develop skills that they have, and building teams with leaders, marketing world-class products. Each and every one of us can do it. I challenge you to be the next one. If you're a guest on the line tonight, get back with the person who invited you, get your questions answered, find out about our products, learn about the company, watch a couple of the videos. Many of them are available on my website at oneteamworldwide.com, One Team Worldwide. You can go to that website. You can opt in so that you receive some of the email communications that I send out. There's a number of training videos on that website, how to get started, what to do, and so forth. And the person who invited you tonight, they will show you the path to do so. We look forward to your success, ladies and gentlemen. Always appreciate you joining us on Millionaires in Training. Thanks for all that you do. I wish you all continued success. The lines are open. Thank you.
Congratulations.